I wait till it start loading up.
Hey everybody, it's Mr. Fudge, your balloon man, and I am here with Edward Daxon from the Nassau, Bahamas. Now, yeah, that's a beautiful smile.
Edwourral. Edwourral.
Ed,
Everyone just get my name wrong. It's
Edworal. It's
Edwourral.
Edworal then,
Yeah,
right?
Edwourral. Yes,
Ed
Daxon.
Edworal. Okay. I just say octopus head because you've always got that really cool
Yeah.
octopus.
I, was, I should have put on.
Should
Why
have
didn't
should
take
have been
out
pimping
put
that right
on
now.
serious?
What's going on?
My guy joking. Hold on. Hey, put that on right now.
So
No,
I go
other
to a
guy.
convention. This guy's got this octopus beanie that one of his buddies made in Nassau, and he's wearing this thing. It just looks, it's awesome. I mean, he's got dread looking things too, but this looks good.
This one
Got to
now.
put it on, model it for everybody. I love it. I love
Oh,
it.
you have to see. There we go. There we go.
That's good. That's good. See, now we're doing this interview in style, learning what's
Nah,
going
it's
on.
real.
That's right.
Nah, it's real. It ain't no fake. Nah. So
Well,
what's up?
that's great. So, basically, what I've been doing is I've been interviewing entertainers all around the world. That's
Uh,
perfect. Trying to figure out what life is like where you're at, where you got started, what you know about entertainment, what you've learned, how long you've been doing it, that kind of stuff. So, to start off, tell me
uh-huh.
about where you're at and how you
hmm
got started doing what you do.
Well, where I'm at now is I I started my own thing doing magic and balloons from Lord, how long it was? It was like I've been doing it for more than 12, more than 14 years. Yeah, yeah, a little around that. I started first getting into magic because I really love doing magic. I didn't care for balloons that much because a lot of people told me I should get into it. And then it wasn't until and I told the story before, but I like telling it anyway. So Baldy, I don't know if you know everyone knows Baldy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Baldy used to hang out Baldy used to hang out at the magic shop in New York. And for some reason I can't fathom, he walks up to me. Now, mind you, I was like Baldy was big, but he's still big. But I was shorter than Baldy, so I like looking up at him like, and he like looking down at me like, hey, I need to tell you, like, if there's one thing, I don't know what lead me to tell you this, but I know you like doing magic and you're one of the best magicians that's coming to the shop and you look like you're ready to take it far. But if it's one thing I want to tell you is I think you should get into doing balloons because, and a balloon is something that a child could play with, they could touch, they could get, and they could, hello?
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah, I'm
thought you
here.
were behind. Okay.
Yeah, cut out
So
for a
he's
second,
like,
but we're good.
okay, so he's like, a balloon is something you could touch, they could play with it and whatever. Magic is fun, but it ain't as fun as a child having a balloon and them watching you make it. I didn't listen. I come to Nassau. I came back home from New York and I just started giving out business cards and making like little business cards for a little cartoon thing I get from one person. I can't remember where I get that from. But then I started making these business cards and sending them out, and I got people calling me. It's like, but now I started to see the trend because every time someone was calling me, it was like, hey, you ever used do magic for kids, right? It's like, yeah, okay, how much is it? Oh, it's this much. All right, cool. Oh, you used do balloons too? Oh, no. Oh, okay. Let me call you back. And they never called back, and it was always the same thing. It was over and over and repeatedly. So I was like, one lady called me, and then the lady was like, same question, same thing. So I lied, and I was like, yeah, I just make balloons. So now I'm like, oh Lord, how is this gonna work? Because now I gotta learn how to make a balloon. I didn't know how to make anything, like anything at all. So I'm like, oh my goodness, how this could work. So I had to go find. I Now this is before Facebook really took off.
Yeah.
So there was no data on no phones. There was no Facebook. There was no nothing. You had to call people who you know
So this is
on
like
the
early
landline in your
2000s,
house.
right? Like 2002,
Yeah,
something like
yeah. Well, we still had to call people on the landline in the house. So I'm like asking people who I know, and they're like, "Hey, you know anyone who's a clown or who's do balloons?" It's like, "Yeah, I know somebody." It's like, "All right." So I call this lady, and this lady, she's a clown, and she is like, because I called and I was like, I told her the truth. I was like, listen, this lady called me. She asked me if I could do balloons. I lied and I told her that I could. I asking you right now to teach me how to do 3 balloons. I don't care what it is, just 3. I don't care which ones you teach me. So she thought I was joking, but I was serious.
Yeah.
So she told me to meet her at the mall, and it was like 9 o'clock at night. So we meet up at the mall, and she was like, "Okay, I can be real with you. If I'm gonna teach you how to do this, you have to pay me $50 because you could be my competition."
Yeah.
And I was like, that was a tough pill to swallow, but I paid the $50. So for $50, this lady, me and this lady standing up outside the mall late in the night, and she showed me how to do the dog, the sword, and the flower.
Wow.
And from there, and she was like, after that, you on your own. So I gone home. No, she gave me one little them cheap. We ain't had quality acts like that over here before.
Yeah.
So we had the little cheap packet of balloons. But I gone home. I got one pump because I had to buy one pump before I go on to meet her.
Yeah.
So I bought a pump, and she gave me some balloons, and I gone home and I practice them, and I make sure I get them done because the birthday party was the next day. So I was like, all right. So I gone, I did the magic show, where all the kids was like liking the magic show, and then when the balloons come out, they was like, ah, you know. So
Which
I
is
doing
three
balloons and
shapes,
stuff
right?
like, it's just saw a dog flower. That's it. I was like, oh yeah, and the kids lining up and they waiting, and they want their balloon, and they want their dog, they want their sword, they want their flower, they want. I was like, yeah. So after that, that's how I started.
That's great.
But then it really took off when I started working at Senior Frogs, because the guy who was we have a Senior Frogs over here, and the guy who was there, he was from Mexico, but he wanted to go. He was ready to go back home because he'd already been in Nassau for like 10 years. When he really wanted, he missed home because he missed his daughter's quinceanera. So he was like, yeah, I gotta go. So they was looking for someone to replace him, and I was like, I'm not gonna wear no clown makeup. I'm not gonna wear no clown stuff. Not like he was, because he was like a clown guy. He would like wear like the little makeup in the nose and the giant tie and the suit and everything. And Enrique was a cool guy. Let me tell you, that guy was amazing. He did the balloons there. He used to DJ. He used to set up I think he used to set up lights and stuff too. He used to do everything, and like it was crazy. Now the thing is, no one taught me how to make balloons this, like, except that lady and except the people on YouTube. We can get to that.
Yeah.
Like, I Enrique was so bad on balloons, and I will swear to this. Like, if he ever sees this video, and if I ever see him, I always swear to Enrique. Enrique was so bad that if he went to any table and anyone asked him to make anything, he made that. Like, no matter what it was. There was never a point where he went to a table and someone said that they wanted something outlandish, and he said, no, I can't make that. And he had these cheap balloons. We used to get them cheap balloons because they would supply the balloons, but they got them all from Mexico. And
Wow.
there was these cheap, easy popping balloons. Like, you had to handle them fragile with care, but he was so quick on them, and he made everything. You hear me? Elmos, trucks, buses, guitars, violins. One time he made a what did he make one giant teddy bear, like a big one, and I was like, man, and everyone would just watch him. But I asked him, I've been asking him since I was replacing him if he could show me how to do stuff, and all he would say was, just watch me, don't worry about it, just watch me. And he would always, like, he'd never like show me how to do it, because I ride that game from table to table making dogs, flowers, and swords, because that's all I know how to make.
Yeah.
Man, it's making all these. I was like, you know what? I never understood what he meant when he's like, just watch me. And I realized that, I don't know. I don't know if he passed this on to me, but I realized that whenever I buy like DVDs or like go to a class or whatever, And I tell everyone this. If I watch someone do something twice, I can do it. And I think I understood what he meant by that. I don't know if that's the way every balloon artist does stuff, but me personally, if I want to learn how to do anything with balloons, especially, all I have to do is see you do it twice in front of me. Once I see it the second time, I have it. Sometimes even the first time, and that's weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was, but I just used to watch him, and I used to be watching him, and it's like, okay, that's how he did that. That's how he do that. And then I made one. I was like, okay, then I made a duck. Then I made this penguin. And I made all these other stuff. And I was like, okay, I think I got it. And I would just sit to myself when it was like a little quiet and try and make these things just off air, like to see if I could actually get it. And I'd get it, and it wouldn't look good. It looked terrible. But it would look close to what it was I was trying to achieve. And then I'd watch him make it again. And then be like, that's what I missed that time. I could do it again. I just used to make it after him. So I was like, all right, now I understand what he was meaning. So he left. And then I was working at Senior Frogs. And then that's another story in itself. Because I left Senior Frogs and then I just started working for myself after that. So,
That's awesome. Now, Nassau,
yeah.
Bahamas, like, I guess technically I work in a small area because I'm really working in my city, but it just
Mm.
seems like in my head that working on an island has other challenges. What type of challenges do you have working where you are that you think maybe someone like myself doesn't have?
Well, the type of challenges that I think that I have is the fact that first and foremost, we live on an island full of, people who just don't know how much like that. So you get a bunch of people them who you like who will call you and they'll ask you like how much you charging for this, and you give them a price, and they'll be like, man, just to do some balloons, I could do that. And that's one of the other things. And then on top of which is like, and before I say this, I have to really stress that really, I really ain't the type of person like toot my own horn or anything like that because I don't believe in that. But even though my therapist says I should take some, credit or whatever, I like, whatever. But I am the only person on this island who does balloons to the level of everyone back in the States. Like you, Lyle, Christopher Lyle, Cody Williams, people who could make like bigger things, like who moves beyond just using 260s. Like I use like 5-inch rounds, I use geos, I use 350s, I use 646s, I use all that. But me doing that is unheard of. It's like, oh my God, we can have this big balloon, you know? So that's how it is. But that's just one of the and because of that, because I'm this grando balloon artist, everyone thinks that I'm expensive, which and I am. But at the same time, it's like you getting what you pay for. You paying for someone to come and entertain you because I don't just come and do balloons for you and then leave. I try to I entertain you too, and that's one of the most I think that's one of the most important things people need to learn to do. Like they need to learn how to entertain people rather than just make balloons for them. And I think like that's why like people like Cody Williams and stuff like that because they follow that trend and they try to teach that to everyone too. You know what I mean? I love that. That's why as funny. I like to laugh. I like to joke around, and as much as I do that, that's just me being myself, and I want to present myself to other people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But you have to do that in the best way possible. So that's how I feel about it.
that's fantastic. Yeah, I have to say, even when I met you the first time, um, I don't know how much you remember about it, but I just remember you were full of energy and just a fun guy to be around. So every time
Oh
I
yeah.
see you at a convention or I turn around and
Mm-hmm.
walk in the room, I mean, I greet you, you greet me, we're just all smiles. I just absolutely love the energy that's there with you too.
Yeah, because I was freaking out because I was seeing everyone who I used to learn stuff from off of YouTube. I was like, Ron Fowler's here, Jonathan Fudge is here. Who else was there? I had
Ollie
met
Hopper, Cody
Harley
Williams.
Hopper was there, Cody Williams. I was like, all these people there, where these people come from? You know?
Yeah,
But it was all a fun experience, and I was like, okay, this is great. This is really good. But I think that's what happens when you meet with whenever. whatever a person is into, whatever person, they could be into knitting, they could be into sewing, they could be into lawn care, they could be into balloons, they could be into magic, they could be into dance, theater, all this stuff. When you in your community and you around the people who are into the same things as you and understand things, that's when you feel as if you're at peace sometimes. And that's why I like going to conventions, because it's like coming back home. Like when you go to a convention, you meet all these people and they become a part of like your family. And then you go away and you never see them again for like a while. If some of them decide to come to Nassau, that's a hint. All right, that's a big hint. You
Yeah,
need to
I
come home.
did make it to the Bahamas, but with
I
no
know.
cell service, we missed each other. I was on the wrong side of the island. Ended up,
I can give you my number here,
yeah.
and you can find a landline and call me. I don't care what you.
I will
But
figure
anyway,
that out next time. But yeah, let's go.
yeah. So you can't come now. Okay. So, but yeah, that's what I believe. Like when you go away, you never see each other again.
Yeah.
But then when you come back, like a family reunion. So that's why I like coming to conventions. I get to meet the people who I used to see before, and then I meet new people, and then they get introduced to this awesome thing that we all do. Playing with latex. You know what I'm saying? But we doing it in such a way that makes everyone happy. You know what I'm saying? Like I was one car driving fast outside my house. I gotta make
Yeah, I
sure,
could hear that. That was crazy. That was wild.
because our apartment pretty close to the road, so ain't nobody supposed to be on the
When
road
I
because
was
it's
in high
curfew.
school, one of the girls I was in class with had a
Mm.
house like right at the T, and she had someone
Uh,
drive into her living room. Yeah, so that
ooh,
was a little exciting. So
ooh,
hope that's not happening
ooh.
with you guys. That was real close. That's
Uh-uh.
wild.
It ain't that serious. They can need like how does that is 20 feet. They can need 20 feet. They have to hit my car first before they get in here.
Okay, so you got a little bit of protection there.
So
That's good. That's good.
just a little bit. Then I can be like, my car.
Now,
Ah! So
so we got a little off topic. So let me pull in with another question that
yeah.
I like to ask.
Um.
So
Uh,
I'm assuming you've done balloons a little bit now, and that you've worked
uh,
some line work, right?
yeah, I do line work a lot.
Great. So my question to you is, how do you end your line?
Ooh. Nah, I gotta behave myself. Because what I just do, I am very loud and I don't care about nothing. If you want to come get in my face, then come get in my face. But at the end of the day, I come to do my job, and after I do my job, it's time to go. Now, if I had a birthday party and I got a line, I got this set time to work with, and after this set time, I dip in. If I don't have anything else to do in a day, I don't mind, and I ain't got nothing to do. I don't mind staying a couple hours. I'll do a couple more things. You ain't got to give me no extra money. And the clients who I just work with, they just throw me one little extra money anyway. But that's neither here nor there. But if I working like at a fair or an event, what I do is because I would tell everyone to invest in one of these. This is a smartwatch. This is a Samsung smartwatch.
Got it?
You get a Apple one or whatever. Anyone, as long as it's the one with a link up to your phone, do that, because I set the alarm on my phone and it just go off on the watch. So when my watch start vibrating, I'd be like, all right, so whatever I doing, once I feel I watch vibrating, I stop and I stand in front of everybody and I'd be like, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is the final hour of balloons, which means everyone here who is on the line already wants to get a balloon. So I need to understand. And I blow up one long 260 and I'd be like, who is in the back of the line? And they'd be like, me. All right, cool. So I just give them, and it'll be like a bright color, yellow, red, orange, something like that. Your job is to take this balloon. You are the line conductor. You are the last person in this line, which means no one should get behind you. If they do get behind you, tell them that you can't get no balloons. And if they stay there, leave them there and I'll deal with it. And I say this loud so everyone could hear, which means not only is he knowing to do his job, but they knowing that that's his job too. And they know that, that's how it is work. So now I'm like, all right, so if anyone will get antsy, let me know now, but I only have this much time to be here. After this time is done, when that kid over there gets a balloon, that's it. Don't ask me for nothing. And they'd be like, we cool? I'd be like, we cool? They'd be like, yeah, okay, all right, cool, all right. And then I just get back to it. I always do that. I always do that. I believe like the street. Now, the reason why I do it like that is because most people over here who live over here, they they boisterous and they just be argumentative and whatever, and I don't be into that. So I just let you know right off the bat, this is how it is, and this how it can end. So if you all have any problem with that, take it up to the office. My office is my car. Once I get all my stuff in the car, then we can talk in the office. You know what I'm saying? That's how we just do things. You know, so
That's good. That's good.
that's how I close my line. And I just tell it because I see other people using other tactics and being, whatever. But I prefer to be direct. I'd be like, listen, it's 5 o'clock. I'm supposed to be out of this place by 6. So everyone getting dogs, swords, flowers, on anything would takes no more than 2 balloons, and no less than one. I mean, because if you get less than one, you ain't getting none. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do to close. That's how I just close my line, and I would tell everyone to try that. But you gotta have some stones to do that. That's all I can say. You gotta be like, yeah,
That's great. Now,
yeah.
you and I actually talked a while back. I don't remember how long it was, where we were talking
Mm-hmm.
about your packages and pricing.
Mm-hmm.
So can you
And
just,
you help me out with that.
yeah, well, and you told me that. So can you just tell people listening, what is it that you were struggling with, and what is it that you overcome, and how are you doing right now?
Okay, well, what I was doing bad with before was the fact that I was pricing and I felt as if my pricing was a little bit too low because I wasn't making enough to like I was barely making enough to make ends meet, I guess. But I was making enough to like get rent paid. Then I couldn't eat. You know what I'm saying? And then, you have some people who will be like because like I said, like I told you then, like you have people who would be like hard pressed to pay some money just to have someone come over and do balloons or do a magic show for them because they always under the impression that, oh well, I could do that. They'd be like, all right, well, now I was always because I was in that hustler mentality because I needed this money, you know what I'm saying? But when you trying to I think what you made me realize is when you in that frame of mind, like you bring those circumstances to yourself. And it's a lot of things like because I read a lot of books and I understand a lot of things, and I understand that when you think about like it's weird, but when you think about something, um, you tend to attract that to yourself. So I was trying to break out of that, and when you came up with a system the way I had to like put packages together and price them all differently and work with a minimum, I thought I wouldn't have been able to do that. But then when I realized it was actually working, I was like, you know what? Yeah, this is making sense. And I saw it working because I realized that the people who didn't want to do it, I didn't have to worry about them anymore. And the people who could do it, like they would be the ones who would pay. You know what I'm saying? And I like the fact that I gravitate more towards these clients because like these are the people who will actually tell other people, oh, I know this guy. I have his business card. Call him, and it's me who telling you. So all right. So that's how it is be. And I like that. I like where it's taking me now because now I'm able to like I'm still working on getting like some of my finances in order, but at the same time we all are trying on that note. But it's been a whole lot better from where I was before, definitely. It was weird. Like there was days where I just couldn't eat no food. I had to wait on checks to clear. And then as soon as they cleared, I immediately put that in the rent. I had to do all sorts of stuff. But now I could actually be comfortable. Like even during this whole thing that's going on right now, I could be a little bit comfortable knowing that I straight as long as I work in. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. It's like on that note, I sometimes wonder like if I always just wonder if people like ever like say that like I've heard people say that they want to retire from doing balloons. I can't see myself stopping like that's because I see like I see like whenever I go to conventions, I see people who are like 80, 70, 60,
I,
50, still doing balloons and stuff like
well,
that. And
even
I'd be
Marvin
like,
Hardy
like,
stayed with balloons for a long time.
yeah. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can see myself because I like doing it. I just really like doing it. Like for me, it's like to what it is to me. It's like I get to play, and as a side bonus, I get money because of it. That's what it is.
It's awesome.
So yeah.
Now, you
So that's
mentioned,
how.
not to cut you off, but you mentioned that you read a lot of
Mm-hmm.
books. I read a lot of books too. I've
Uh-huh.
been working on a lot of books this year.
Mm-hmm.
What are your top books that you like for like business? What's really stood out to you?
Um. See, that's the thing now. I can be real. I don't read that much business books. I
Oh
read
yeah?
a lot of self-help. Yeah, I read a lot of self-help books. Like my business, everything I need to learn about business, I either learn from people who I watch on different medias or people who I know personally, like you,
Okay.
or like Gary Vaynerchuk. I've watched his stuff. But in terms of like books that I've read, I've read Not Nice. I told you about that one by Aziz Kaspura.
Yeah, and
I've
Not
read The
Nice,
Secret.
and Not Nice was actually a different way to look at the world. It was like change your the way you look at things.
Mhm. Well, trust me, I that book changed my life last year. I won't lie to you. I won't even begin to tell you all the stuff I was going through last year. I was a wreck. And I was like into the habit of like not being able to tell people no and all this other stuff. But trust me, that book saved my life and it changed my life
That's
for the
awesome.
better. The Secret will be another one. Um, what else I got down there? The Alchemist, I love that. Um, what else? And someone stole my copy of Maximum Entertainment.
Okay.
I don't know where that is, and I know I had it there because I know I moved with it because I was reading it before I went to my first convention.
Yeah.
But I had that,
Oh,
and I guess any other books on magic and theory. I guess like those are the only four I can name off the top of my head. But everything else is just fiction because all I got is like Stephen King
so you like to read a lot,
and
period.
yeah,
But then you read
yeah.
self-help books and then you read magic and theory and stuff too.
Mm, mm,
That's cool. Now, if you were to give
mm.
advice to somebody listening to this channel that was starting out in entertainment, doesn't matter if it's balloons, magic, or standing on their heads, what would you
Mhm.
suggest for them to, how would you suggest for them to start?
How to start what working
How to
or how to
start, how to
start
get into entertainment as a job to pay rent?
okay. Um. Okay. This is what I had this conversation with someone a while ago. That's the baby. That's the
That's
baby.
the baby.
It's
This is
the
Amelia. Say hi, Eduardo. Edouarl.
baby.
Edouarl. Keep still saying your name wrong. Say hi. You gonna blow him a kiss? Go mwah.
Mwah! She like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's because
So,
I have the sound here, so she can't actually see anything.
oh, okay.
Yep, she's trying to talk.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? You all right?
There you go. It's way past your bedtime, little one. So it's like 10:30 here. Mwah.
Is it? What time it is,
Go
y'all?
to mom.
I got my phone charging.
Yeah.
It is. It's 10:43.
Yeah, yes, yeah. So
Improv.
my little one,
So,
she we put her to bed early, and she went to bed in her regular day clothes,
ooh,
and then
ooh, you
of
for that.
course she
Mm,
woke up because she was uncomfortable, and
mm-mm.
me not listening to mom, I just put her to bed. I said she
Mm.
fell asleep, she's good, and then she woke up.
My Lord. Oh Lord, you gotta let them run around a little
That's right.
bit. So I had to get back with you that I had this conversation with a person at one of the conventions we was at, and I told them, I said, a lot of people fail whenever they get into the business of working for themselves, not just entertainment. Because if you're going to be an entertainer, you're going to be working for yourself.
Yeah.
A lot of people fail when they start making money, but they don't put it back into their business. Because I tell everyone, I be like, once you start working for yourself, you're not, understand that you're not going to make any money for at least 2 years. You're not. Like, whatever you was planning on doing, whatever car you was planning on buying, whatever, like, things you was trying to get in yourself, whatever partying you was planning on doing, you ain't going to do none of that. None of it. You have to be able to take the money and put it back in your business. If you, like, for us, we need balloons. If I don't have balloons, I can't make money. So I need to buy more balloons. So you got to start building that money up and being able to put together, like, I need this money for balloons, and I need this money for these, and then new balloons has come out, then new things to put in balloons has come out, and these things bring entertainment value, and it's like, yeah, okay, well, yeah. But the second thing, if they was looking to get into entertainment, and this is the most basic thing I could ever tell anyone if they wanted to be an entertainer, I'd be like, be entertaining.
Some good advice.
Like, you can't, you can't just, hey, pick a card. There you go. You got that? Yeah, all right, cool. All right. I can find it. All right, I can find it right now. See, there it is. There you go. All right, cool. No, you can't do that and expect to get paid from somebody. That's not how this is work. You have to be entertaining with it. You got to be like, hey, a long time ago, someone taught me how to do a card trick. I don't know if it works, but I'm going to try it, okay? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have you take one card, any card you want. You can have any card you want. Just don't let me force you to take one card that you don't want. Anyone you want, it doesn't matter which one. And as they take it, they'll be like, no, come on, take it. Anyone you want, it doesn't matter. No? Okay, never mind. Tell you what. Take one card, just don't let me see it. Anyone you want, just don't let me see it. All right? Anyone, you looking at the cards? Oh, sorry about that. I picked the smart one. Okay. So, take one card, anyone you, it's no for real. Take any part. They point to this one. Except that one. Pick another one. No? No? Okay, well then. I have just wasted, what? How long that was? That was a minute, and I ain't even do the trick yet.
Yeah.
That is entertaining. Like, people go to see, like, it's like a good joke. A good joke isn't told right off the bat. Like, there's a build up to it, and those are the ones you remember. Like the one-liners and the dad jokes, people would be like, oh, yeah, okay. If dad jokes were funny, they would be like people would remember them because they was funny. But like, good jokes have like that build up. They'd be like, oh, this and this and then but then blam, and then everyone would be like, ah, you know. That's how it is. So just be entertaining. Don't forget to entertain people when you're doing it. That's why I do my little presentation when I walk up to people's tables whenever I'm doing balloons. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a part of the entertainment here at Margaritaville. Yes, I actually do work here. You don't have to, run because, because people is always think that, oh, they let this bum in here to come do balloons. I'm not giving them any money,
Yeah.
So I always be like, I work here first and foremost. The restaurant pays me money. So yeah, we're on the clock. So who's getting a balloon? We're doing balloons for everyone. The balloons are free. You don't have to give me any money. And even when people just tip me, I'd be like, the balloons are free, right? They'd be like, oh no, but we just want to. You sure? Because I got money.
That's great.
I always do that, and I'd be like, and it's so bad. I don't want to say bad because I don't like putting myself in this position again. And I know, don't let my therapist watch this, but it's so bad because it's like, ever since I started at the Margaritaville where I'm at now, like TripAdvisor has been blowing me up, and it's like they don't want to get rid of me at Margaritaville. It's like,
That's awesome.
there was one time when I was getting ready to come to one of the conventions. This was the year before last. I walked in the building, and I was like, okay, guys, I have some bad news. And because the lady who was giving my check, she's like, are you leaving? Don't leave, please. I was like, no, I go into convention. Oh, thank God. Oh, you can't leave us. I was like,
I love that job security. That's good. That's what I like to hear.
I need you to believe me when I say this. This woman looked like the world was coming to an end when I walked in that place. Because I was just coming to tell him that I was going to be gone for a month because I was going. No, this was the year before that. I could be gone for like 2 weeks for the convention. And she's like, are you leaving? You can't leave. And then she's like showing me all these messages from TripAdvisor. Oh, that balloon guy was fabulous. Don't get, oh, the balloon guy. Oh, we came all the way from Florida just to see the balloon guy at Margaritaville. I was like, oh my goodness.
That's
And
great.
then when I came back from the tour with Ron this year, when I got back on my first day, everyone was like, thank God you reached. Because when little girl was here, and when she found out you wasn't there, she started crying. I was like, well, Lord of mercy. That was crazy.
That's awesome. I think
I
that's
was,
what we all strive for all of our clients to say every time we walk in the
man,
door. That's
I
great.
don't know. That does make me feel weird, man.
Yeah, that's fun. So how much
But
are you actually putting towards so first of all,
mm,
you find value in conventions, right? So what would you say to someone who's never been to a convention who's debating on going?
I tell him to go. And I wouldn't say it like that, but I can't say it the way I would say it. But I tell him to go. I'd be like, listen, there's something in it for everybody. You could learn, you could learn how to do, like, you could go to a balloon convention and not take a single class, and you will be good.
But Edwourral, I'm going to be
Like,
losing money.
because,
I'm going to be losing
huh?
money to go to this convention. I got to turn away jobs.
Yeah, and you could be learning when you go to the jam room, they could be showing you things
Yeah.
what they learn in the class anyway. So what's stopping you?
Yeah.
You just consider it like a like a vacation you paying for. You're gonna stay in a hotel. You're gonna meet some new people. You're gonna get some connections. You know,
Yeah,
and
so
who knows?
you met Ron there and you've been actually helping him with his booths and stuff too, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. We've been on tour twice. This year was our second year, and this year we did. All right, I gotta get these in order now. We did Florida Super Jam. Then we did a jam at Atlanta. Then we did one in
So you got a
I
Capital
can't
Kid.
remember. We did no, we did New Capital Kid.
You did tw
We did a jam.
Okay.
We did Twist and Shout too. We did, and then we did one another jam in New York. Then we did one in St. Louis, Missouri. Um, then we no yeah we did St. Louis, Missouri for float. Then after that we did one in St. Louis, Missouri, and then after we did a jam in St. Louis, Missouri. Then after that we went to Twist and Shout, and then yeah I think that was it. I think we did another jam someplace else. I can't remember. But yeah, that was it. But the three conventions we went to was Florida Super Jam, Float, and Twist and Shout. We may do Capital Kid next year. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
In
that's fine.
fact, strike that from the record. I don't
So,
call that out there yet.
yeah, yeah.
Because
So, but the point
yeah,
is you got that connection from a
yeah,
convention, right?
because yeah. And that was on the mere fact that I wasn't going to be able to come last year to any convention. And he was like, hey, well, if I pay for you to come, you could help me and work and do the thing. I was like, yeah, I could do that. And we had fun. We always have fun during all of
Yeah, and Ron's a great guy
our
too,
tours.
so yeah.
Ron is awesome. Like he is like amazing, and the stuff he makes is just phenomenal. Like I can't even drag it, but my setup over there. Let me turn the thing so you can see it. See it right there? Look at
Yeah,
that.
I've got
Look at that.
like one,
I wish I
two,
could zoom in.
three, 6, 12. I probably bought 20 different bags from him or 20 different pieces from him.
My oh
Yeah,
Lord, I love him, love them all.
that's
I
fantastic.
like I don't know how he does it, but like who I know is him, Lisa McIntyre, and Rose Burkholder. They work together and they do these. But I love the designs, and now he's trying to branch out for like decor artists, and he made like the decor apron we did at Float. That was a big hit.
That's cool.
But he's trying to redo it for that hole where the monofilament comes out. He wants to make a better one because in the back of the hole was like scratchy, and he don't want no one to be cutting up themselves while they putting their hand in it. So we had to flatten them out with a hammer, and that was tiring. So he's in Nepal right now, and I hope he's doing okay. But he's up there right now, and he should be. I hope he's all right.
Well, that's cool. That's great to hear some updates on that too. So let
Yeah.
me ask you before we get too far, is there anything that you wanted to share with anybody? that at all?
Um,
You got the floor.
oh Lord, why you do that? I don't, I don't particularly have anything I can share. Like mm, I am, I'm happy that I was able to meet a lot of people through, especially living all the way out here. And I love the fact that I could meet different people and we could all like talk about the same things and understand the same things because it like that saying is lonely at the top. It really is because being the only person on this island who does balloons on the level of everybody else in the States or everywhere, anywhere else for that matter, everyone is be like, oh my goodness, like no one wants to learn how to do it. And if people want to learn how to do it, all they just want to do is make money off it. Like they only looking at the money aspect. I just appreciate like everyone who I've met and all the things I've learned from each individual person. Like people who has like given me advice, people who has taught me how to do things differently, how to do things, ways I'm going about things in my walk of doing magic and doing balloons. Like I love all of it. So I would say just be open to everyone. Don't be afraid to do certain things if you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Like just because you have certain fears, because I remember at a point I was scared to go to certain places because of certain things that may have been going on in America because of, how I am and the type of person I have and look as a black man. But I think that because I was able to just let go of those fears and just do what I had to do or do what I wanted to do, and I enjoyed those experiences because it's like I said at the beginning, like when you start thinking about all the negative things, you attract that to yourself, and you don't want to attract that to yourself. Just keep that out there. You know what I'm saying? So just do what you got to do. Live your life. You only got one, so might as well live it to the best, eh?
That's right. That's right.
I
So
drink I drink my water to that.
that's right. I already finished mine, or I'd be right with you. So my final follow-up questions for you. It's kind
Hmm.
of a two-parter. One,
Hmm.
do you
Hmm.
still know the lady that you paid $50 to learn? And was the $50
I,
worth it?
oh yeah, I know her, but I don't remember her name.
Yeah.
Like I know she's still doing her little clowning thing, and she at the time she was married. Her husband had dropped us because her husband was a police officer,
Okay.
so he thought that I was calling her because, like I told you, she thought I was joking.
Yeah.
So he come there, I saw he had the gun in the car or something. I was like, my lord. So he come there, he looking out. That's him there. I was like, yeah, listen, I have the balloon pump in my hand. I just want to learn how to do. And trust me, the $50 away because I had seen her again. I had seen her again. That was 2 years ago, I think. I had seen her again 2 years ago, and she even walk up to me. She's like, hey, "You glad you paid that $50 now?" Hey, I was like, "Yeah." And as soon as she said that, I knew exactly who she was. I was like, "Oh, it's you." That was the craziest thing. But it was fun though, and trust me, it was worth it. And I will tell anyone, I will like, listen, if you gotta do it, if you gotta make a sacrifice to be better in your life, do that. Please, like just do that. Like if you faced with something and you need to let go of something, just let it go. Cause you can get that $50 many times over.
That's
So it
right.
ain't it and I get that and then some.
That's
So
awesome.
I ain't even worrying about that.
That's
You know what I
fantastic.
mean?
That's been a pleasure, man. So now, non-balloon related, what kind of stuff are you doing when you're not doing balloons?
Lord, you see that?
I
That's all
knew
I
the
do.
answer, but I was gonna ask anyway. I've seen your you
Like,
play games online and stream some videos
I be
too.
like, if it, and the thing is, all of those books I've finished reading except for three of them because I brought them from the States.
Yeah.
Well, no, I can't. I can say two because I only bought it while I was up there because it's a hardback. I don't like soft cover books.
Yeah.
I was a book fiend because everyone's like, oh, you should get a Kindle. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I will. I don't know if I could ever find that picture. I'll show it to you. There's a picture of this woman sitting in the middle of this room, and the walls is are just shelves. Like there is no wall. It's just bookshelves. And she just sitting down reading. I was like, I want that for my house.
That's awesome. Yeah,
I
I'm the
want
same
that
way.
for my house.
I'm a book snob a little bit. Like I have to have a hardcover book or it's an audiobook.
Uh,
Like I can't do the Kindle. I can't do the.
I'm
It's just
I'm just getting into audiobooks. One of my friends got me into book. I'm reading another self-help book, um but it's more of a relationshipy type book.
hmm
It's like, and it's weird because it's so good though. It's from Whoopi Goldberg. It's called If They Say You Complete Me, Run.
I can just
I was
imagine.
like, I no, cause I the title got to me, and then one of my friends told me about it, and she was like, "Yeah, you need to read this, especially now since you're doing therapy." I was like, "Yeah, okay."
That's cool.
So man, I listened to it, and I was like, and Whoopi reads it. That's the thing.
Oh, that's
Like in
cool.
the audiobook, Whoopi is the one reading it. I was like, I would tell someone to read that. I tell like take what you could take from it,
Yeah.
and and nothing more. That's what I keep telling. That's what I love. That's one thing I'd give to people. Tell people who read like self-help books. You don't read it and just do exactly what it says all the time. Like some books are there for you to just take what you could take from it and apply that to whatever. Or even just try something new. You know what I mean? Like if if you've been drinking milk all your life and this book is telling you maybe you should try orange juice and you never had orange juice in your life, try orange juice. It ain't telling you not like, oh, you must drink orange juice and blah, blah. No, no, no. It's telling you, hey, maybe you should try some orange juice. You might like it. Who knows?
I had
So,
started working in a business and getting these business books, and I had a mentor, and he asked me if I was reading, and I told him, I said, I got this one book, and I got so far, and I got to this chapter, and I just can't get past it. And
mm,
he said, great, bring the book tomorrow, and I'll show you a trick. And I said, okay. So I show up the next day. He says, show me the
mm,
chapter. And he opens up the book,
mm,
and he pulls it up to the page, and he says, let me show you how to get to the next section. And he says, there you go. He says, you don't have to read the pages in between. He says, I tell you what, he says, there's so many things in these business books, and they
mm,
repeat themselves so much. He says, if you get bored on a chapter, skip it. And
mm,
it was one of those things that just like blew my mind. So even something like Harry Potter
mm.
wasn't like this, but like A Tale of Two Cities was. Like you get to the first paragraph, you can't get through it. You know what I
Oh,
mean? But like he
oh,
told me,
I,
he said, just skip it. Skip it. Just
mm,
skip the page.
mm, mm,
The Twin Towers, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, same thing. There was a whole
mm,
section talking about the rolling hills, which is beautiful if you like that stuff. I
mm,
don't.
mm,
So I skipped it, and it's still talking about the hills. And I skipped it, still talking about the hills. I skipped it. Oh wait, this is nope, still the hills. I skipped it again. I missed like 6 pages, and I was finally able to finish that book. So anyway,
I think, uh,
all of that to
I
say,
think I know what
I'm
chapter you
100%
mean.
on cue with what you're saying, man. Like
Mm,
you're
mm,
right. Like the self-help books, the business books, even the books that have nothing to do with self-help.
mm.
If you don't like it, skip it. Just get through it.
I've never skipped like any I've never skipped any books like in that regard. Like, but what I do is like if I reach it to me, like if I reach a part where I can't finish, like I just put the book down and do something else or read something else for that minute. Because in my mind, that's done for right now. And then when I get the urge to go back to it, I have so many bookmarks. It ain't even funny. But in nonfiction, I can't skip them because the authors who I read from are people who like once they get you, they got you.
Okay, so a good
You
book is
know?
a good book.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I like Stephen King so much. But I don't like it just because everyone's like, oh, you like scary books. I be like, Stephen King don't just write scary books. You watch Shawshank Redemption? He'll be like, yeah, Stephen King write that.
Okay.
So I just be like, okay, but like older books, and I'm trying to do the thing where follow the list where it say like 100 books to read before you die. I made it to Fahrenheit 451, but I gave it to my niece. So I have to wait till she finished with it so I could read it. I want to read it though. Because I like dystopian stories like that.
Yeah.
I love those type. It's you read it?
I read The Giver and I looked at the cover of Fahrenheit 451. I failed
It's
English with a passion. So, like,
you mean literature or
I
English?
failed English. Well, no, okay, so here's the thing. Like, as far as the
Mm.
grammar, the writing, and all this, I was great. I passed all that. But
Uh,
when it came to homework, the
uh,
reason I failed is she gave me a play, and it was I don't remember what it was. It was some Greek play, but it was basically a bunch of like pissant arguments about like snobby white ladies is essentially what it was. But I was like, it was like Real Housewives of Atlanta or something, but it was like a book, right? And I'm like, no. I was like, I'm not gonna read this at all. I said, this is so not even like, not only is it a subject I don't care about, but it's giving me so much negative energy in the page. I
uh,
don't even want to touch it. Like I feel like it would ruin my outlook
man.
on life. So I decided to take a failing grade.
Okay.
I was a little
Because
stubborn.
because 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 in the Bahamas we say like you shouldn't fail the language that you speak.
Wow.
Like, you just talk English. How you gonna fail English?
And I was also one of those like really nerdy kids that in the chat rooms when
Uh,
the internet first started,
mhm.
I wrote with like proper grammar, capitals and
Yeah.
punctuation, and people are like, "Who is this kid? You know, this 90-year-old that's in here typing on the computer." And I'm over there like 11 typing in proper English.
Oh, I write in proper English when I have to, not all the time.
Yeah.
Like if I talking to you and I trying to get the point across so that you could understand, then I write in proper English. Other than that, I like yeah, all right, whatever. I use in all of the and even then I still don't mess up like conjunctions and or whatnot. I'm like the people spelling y'all as Y-O-U apostrophe L-L. I'm like, what?
That's funny. Well, hey, I'm gonna halt real quick just because we're getting way
Mm,
off topic, and I'm gonna say thank
okay,
you
yeah.
for joining. We can
Hmm.
continue after we stop recording, but it was
Uh,
a pleasure
uh,
talking to you. If you have a link to your website, YouTube channel, a streaming page,
mm,
any of that stuff that you want to do, I will throw that into the description, or if you want to share any of that now.
okay. Um, I have no website, but
Okay,
my page on Facebook is Magic for the People. Magic for the People on Facebook. You could just type that in and it's there.
great. And I'll do a link for that as well.
I yeah, I think if y'all want to see the vlog of me and Ron's first trip,
Okay,
which was last year, that's been up from last year. So I'm working on the second one now, and it's really becoming a pain. But get some popcorn when you go watch that one because that one long. This one is gonna be twice as long because we, aside from doing 3 conventions, we do jams along the way too.
wow.
So I filmed everything. And the reason why it taken so long is because I pull in footage from WhatsApp, Snapchat, Osmo. I got the Osmo Mobile 3. I didn't know it's make its own folder. The camera from the phone and all. Oh. So yeah, what's my YouTube? My phone charging over there. Why?
No, that's fine. What I'll do
My
is I'll
YouTube.
I'll contact you after. I'll have you send it to me,
Yeah,
and then we'll put it in the description below.
yeah,
But thank you so
that's
much.
fine.
I appreciate it for dropping in. And you know, guys, this is what we're doing this for. We're meeting other entertainers around the world, seeing how amazing you can be at magic. We
Mm,
we learned about entertainment. We learned about uh, I my big thing that I had interest in this in particular was just working in the Bahamas. Because for me,
mm,
that just the idea of getting balloons there, you
mm.
know.
Oh, it's hard. It's hard. But because we have a lady here. Her name is. I think you know Cecile.
Okay.
Cecile Williams Bethel. Yeah, she has a partnership with Jamar. So she no, I don't know the partnership. She's now a licensed Jamar distributor.
Yeah.
So she sells Jamar balloons. So I get all of them, and I hope this ain't going out to any other major distributor of balloons. But I think Jamar's balloons are pretty okay.
Yeah.
I could I like them. They sturdy, especially the black.
So,
You know it's hard to get black balloons to be sturdy.
yeah. I have seen their
Mm-hmm.
black and it was good when I saw it, but also even
Mm-hmm.
Qualitex has an okay black on a fresh bag of balloons. It just goes south
They
really
do.
quick.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like black balloons always it'll be the first to dry rot. I have no idea why that
I
is.
had a delivery today. I was supposed to make a Harry Potter, a life-size sculpture,
Mm,
and all the black was
mm,
popping. I was
all.
like,
Mm,
and it was one of those like it was for today, like ordered today,
ooh.
and I said, you know what? Look, here's the deal. All of my product is bad, like all of it. And because we haven't been working because of the lockdown, I just said, look, I can make a head wig, I can do this, I can do that, but I just can't use black.
Why didn't you? Why did you? Oh, wait. You mean for the robe too? Hey,
No, for his hair. I didn't have any two.
you could have just used chocolate. Could have used chocolate brown.
Yeah, I don't carry chocolate
Ah,
brown.
okay. I'm at.
So my two
I don't care it either.
my
I just
260s,
I just throwing that out there.
I keep on a limited stock. I have a lot of the colors I use,
Hmm.
but I don't use a full
Okay.
stock unless we're doing something. But hey, thank you very
All
much. I'm gonna
right.
wrap up. We're gonna close this off. You guys
Yep.
join us for the next
All
time.
right.
It's a pleasure as always. Mr. Fudge, your Balloon Man, and Edwourral Daxon from Nassau,
Come
Bahamas.
on.